Hello everyone, my name is Tomco and welcome back to another redstone video. Today's video was suggested by Lionel Games GTA Pro player, so thank you so much for that suggestion. But also what he wanted is he wanted to play in 2 tokens, so not just one thing. He wanted it so you have to pay in 2s, and also if you win then you get a price of a diamond. So let me just demonstrate how this thing works, as it's a game and it's fun. So we can put in our 2 tokens like so. We can get our basketball from the dropper, then if you look, that hopper starts moving, and what you have to do, you have to try and get it into that hopper. There we go, and if you manage to get it in 4 times, then you will get a price of diamonds. This is actually quite fun. Come on now, one more. There we go. As you can see, our diamond made it into the barrel. I am so rich with diamonds. So taking a look at the redstone, as you can see, it's not tiny, but it isn't too big. If you're not here for the tutorial, then make sure you stick around, as who knows when you're going to need a giant arcade basketball machine. And you may as well build it in your world so you're not bored. I mean, you clearly are very bored if you're watching this video right now. Please also drop this video a like, I would greatly appreciate that. Anyways, this is exactly what you're going to need, so make sure you get this. Anyway, let's get straight on with this tutorial. First of all, you want to come 4 blocks up, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and then behind this block over here, you want to place a barrel. Destroy these 3 blocks, they are no longer needed. Now, just for reference, that barrel over there is going to be this barrel over here. You then want to place in 3 hoppers behind this barrel over here, and then you want to place 2 hoppers. Nope, you want to place 2 hoppers over here, and then you want to place 2 hoppers over on this side, like so. Then you place 3 hoppers all on top of each other over here, so you look something like this. I don't know what it looks like. You want to place a block behind this hopper over here, and then you want to place a sticky piston going into that hopper. Destroy this block. You want to place a block on top of this barrel, a block to the right, and then a block to the left. You can destroy this middle block. You can fill in your floor blocks over here, so this is going to be the front of your mini game. Then you want to come out a block, so this is going towards the right. You want to come out a block. You want to go to the right a block, destroy that block. Then you want to place a hopper going into that block. You want to place a barrel just below it like so. And you want to place another hopper going into that barrel like so. And then you want to place a block on you want to place a block on top of that barrel, and then a block to the right of it. Put a comparator on top of that. You want to place a block to the right of it and a piece of resin just on top of that, a block below it, and then another block to the right. And you want to place a dropper on this block like so, which is facing the other end of your build. Once again, put another piece of resin just on top of that with a block just below it like so. Put a redstone repeater on there, set that to 1 tick. Place a piece of resin dust on top of this block with a block in front of its face, and then a resin torch on the side of that block. So this here is going to be item sorted, so people do not be sneaky and cheat and put in dirt blocks inside of your beloved tokens. How could they do such a thing? In my mistake, you want to destroy this dropper and you want to face it going into this direction, not that direction. Everyone blame the dropper. Place a hopper going back into that dropper. And then you want to place a block down to the right. You want to place a comparator going like so. You want to place a block behind it, another comparator, a block, and then a hopper facing downwards. You want to make this little light come on. Then you want to place a block in front of this little light over here with a redstone torch to the side of it, a block, a repeater set to 4 ticks, and then a block in front of the repeater's face like so. A block behind this block, put a piece of resin dust on top of that. A block up to the left of it with a resin torch on the side of it like so. A block on top of its neck, and another resin torch, another block, and then another resin torch, and then a resin torch on top of that. You want to place a block just to the right of this off resin torch over here, and you want to place a comparator going over into this block. You want to come out a block, piece of resin dust on top of that with a naughty block. When you want to place a block to the left, a block up, put resin dust on top of that. Once again, a block to the left, a block up, then you want to place a resin torch to the side of it, and then put another block on top of that. You want to place a block behind this comparator over here. You want to place a hopper going into that block, and then do this to the side, so lovely hoppers going into like that. They have to go facing each other. A sticky piston on top of this resin torch over here. It should go and extend. Place a block on top of that. You want to place a block next to this bottom hopper over here with a comparator on top of that, a block up in front of it, piece of resin dust on top of that, a block to the left, and put a dropper facing over into, and a hopper going into that dropper. You want to place a block to the right of this block over here, put a comparator on top of that with another block in front of its face, and then just behind this over here, you want to place your dropper. Come a block to the left of this comparator, put another piece of resin just on top of that with a block behind it, another comparator, and then a block, and then another hopper facing downwards. Just for a moment, destroy this block over here. Place a block next to this bottom what's its name, barrel over here, put a piece of resin dust on top of that block and replace this block with whatever you want. Then you're going to come a dino block under here. This is directly underneath that piece of resin dust that you've placed. You can see a little bit of its like edge up there. You're going to place a redstone torch to the side of this block and another one to the side of this block. 2 blocks here like so, a repeater going into this block and then a repeater coming away from this redstone torch. A block in front of this repeater's face, another block to the left, and then a piece of redstone dust here. As you can see, this goes in a massive loop. Then you place an observer facing upwards next to this hopper over here. As you can see, it's the one which has the redstone torch on top of it with a block on top of its head. You know what I'm talking about, right? You want to place a block on top of this observer like so. Then you want to place in an observer facing downwards right next to this observer. You want to come another one down, so there we go, and then another one to the right. Then you want to place a redstone repeater on top of this block over here. As you can see, it's the observer, so just place one right there. As you can see, this starts tickering. You want to place an observer coming away from this observer like so, a block in front of its face, and then a redstone torch on top of that like so. As you can see, it starts to flicker. Then as you can see, coming back around to the top, you want to turn this little light on again. Placing your trap chest on top of these hoppers over here. And so now, the time that you've all been waiting for, the wooden spoon moment. And so with great power of the wooden spoons comes a massive responsibility. And so now what you want to do, if you want to figure out how many items you want to activate this thing. So for example, I had 2 tokens over there, or you can make it something like 1 diamond, or whatever you want, how many times you want to put an item in to get to start this thing basically. So because I'm doing it too, I want to put 2 spoons into this dropper over here. And then how many spoons you have in this dropper, you want to put 1 less spoon in this hopper here. So if you just have 1 spoon in your hopper, then you do not put any spoons in the hopper. Or if you have 2 spoons in the dropper, you want to put 1 spoon in the hopper. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Then you want to come back around to these hoppers over here. As you can see, the one which are going into each other, and then into this hopper over here, you want to place in a stack and 32 of dirt. Now bear in mind for this, so the more items that you put into it, the longer your game will be. So I just found out that a stack and a half was about right. So now you want to figure out how many times you want to score for you to get your diamond, whatever you choose as a reward. So I'm just going to do it the 4 times again. However, it can be 1, it can be 2, it can be 3. Same thing applies. You can go from 1 all the way up to 4. So I'm doing 4 again. So once again, you just want to put in 4 of the spoons. I've just realised I've been coming the spoons the whole time. Then once again, 1 less from the dropper you want to put in the hopper. So I had 4 in the dropper, so 3 in the hopper. And then finally, you want to fill in this dropper over here with your reward. Get your basketball or orange concrete or whatever you want to call it, and you want to put it in this barrel over here. Then finally, get yourself an anvil and some paper and some dirt. Now you want to name this dirt anything. It can be literally anything, so I'm just going to name it. There we go, so just rename this anything. So whatever you're going to choose for people to pay to use your thing, I'm going to be using paper rename token. Now if you're using diamonds, then you do not have to rename it, but if you are, so whatever you want to use as your payment, you do it. So I'm just going to be using rename paper. So then come round to this top hopper over here. As you can see, it's the one which is pointing into this block over here. You want to get your dirt and you want to place in 4 pieces of dirt like so. Then you get the item you're using as payment and you just want to fill it in this last lot over here. So now you can see if it is working by putting in 2 tokens or whatever amount you've chosen. I'm just going to put in 2. As you can see, it's a trap chest, so yeah, that's what it does. So then as soon as I let go of the chest, as you can see, this hopper should start moving, and there we go. So this thing is working. So if you want, you can decorate like I've done over here. However, that's completely up to you. Anyway, that's the tutorial done. If you found this video helpful or you want to see more such stuff, then please do consider subscribing, as I upload 3 wrestling videos like this one a week. So 3 awesome tutorials for you to watch, be entertained, whatever you choose to do. And there we go. Also, please like the video so more people can see and more people can help out. I'll be greatly appreciated. If you have any video ideas, then please do let me know in the comment section below. And make sure you turn on notifications so if I do your idea, then you'll know about it first. Anyway, this is all from me and I will see you all later. Have fun playing basketball.